I know I've seen my children and their generation spend a lot more time on TikTok and wondered, how would this impact Facebook? But I also know that there's a huge advertising shift from linear TV to social. So you had those two opposing forces. Well, it appears that TikTok is being much more disruptive than we thought, and not just Facebook, but Netflix has talked about it as well. This is competition for the consumer's time.
TikTok is a video-focused social networking service that hosts a variety of short-form videos. Since it became available for users worldwide in 2018, the platform has gained fast popularity among people of different demographics. According to Cloudflare, TikTok was the most popular website of 2021, even more popular than Alphabet's Google. Its adoption and growth have been pretty fast, with no signs it will slow down. Always one to prefer disruptive technologies over more established ones, Cathie Wood, the founder of CEOs and CIO of ARK Invest, believes there has been a shift in social media, primarily spearheaded by TikTok. First, advertisers moved to platforms like Instagram and Facebook to bring their products to a wider audience, but they are moving again towards the biggest trend as decided by the audience. Wood believes this latest trend is TikTok. She explains that the platform is stealing consumers' time from giant platforms such as Facebook, Instagram, and Netflix. In her recent interview with Bloomberg Business, the former fund hedge manager also talks about Elon Musk's decision to invest billions of dollars in Twitter to address the issue of censorship and promote democracy and free speech. Wood applauds the decision while also talking about how fast Tesla, Musk's electric vehicle company, has grown over the past year. We will now take you to Cathie Wood's video. Ensure you watch the video to the end, as we have some important updates from Ethereum and Bitcoin that you don't want to miss. Also, ensure you click the like button and subscribe to the channel. Thanks and enjoy. In the first part of her interview, Wood shares her opinions on Musk's decision to own a majority share in Twitter and how his involvement will improve the social media platform.
Well, I do think for the moment it's passive, but he's certainly making a statement, and it's a statement about censorship. He doesn't agree with censorship for a smooth functioning democracy, as he has tweeted, I believe. And so I think he's sending a strong signal to the new CEO. And I also know there's some controversy about why Jack left, having to do with this new CEO. So a few messages there.
Have you talked to Elon at all about it?
No, I have not.
Okay. And would you be buying either more Tesla or Twitter on the news? And let's throw on Tesla also having this record first quarter. Is this a catalyst to buy more of these shares in your view?
On Tesla, we post our trades at the end of every day, so many will know that it is the largest position in our flagship portfolio and in most of the portfolios where we hold it. But we have been selling recently because of how well it has done relative to the rest of the stocks in our portfolio. So it has levitated relative, and so it's been a good source of cash. We've taken profits and redeployed them into other stocks that we thought were being unfairly penalized here. And I think one of the reasons for that is Tesla's in the indexes, the broad-based indices, and most of our other stocks are not. And that's a big problem out there in terms of the way capital is being allocated these days in the public equity markets.
Cathie, how much would Tesla have to fall for you to start buying again?
Well, even now we're going to put out another model on GitHub I'm going to say within a week. Our last one is from about a year ago, and you'll see from that model that our price expectation at that time was $3,000. So there's still a lot of running room ahead for Tesla. But relative to the other names in our portfolio, even though that's a triple or nearly a triple, other names in our portfolio we believe will deliver much more than that over the next 5 years because they have been hit so hard. They're not in indexes. And so when there are risk-off periods, traditional investors really diversify and sell our stocks as they move closer to their benchmarks, the benchmarks against which they are measured. So it's a great buying opportunity for us. I will say I can't believe how long that buying opportunity lasted from February of a year ago to a few weeks ago. But we think the concept concentration of our portfolios towards our highest conviction names will pay off. As for Twitter, well, it's having a beautiful day today. And I think there are some investors relieved that someone is willing to speak up and say, hey, you're going to ruin this platform if you continue to censor it in somewhat random ways. So I think that's good. I will say this could be setting up for another leadership change at Twitter. You never know. And so that will bring with it perhaps some uncertainty and dislocation. So especially as it relates to advertisers.
Wood gives her opinion on certain changes we can expect now that the billionaire is involved in the social media platform. Though she refuses to speculate on who will be the next CEO of Twitter, she shares some management shakeups we can expect in the coming weeks.
So, Cathie, uncertainty potentially at Twitter, a potential leadership change. Who are the names that you would like to see lead Twitter? Who could do a great job in your opinion?
Oh, I am not going to speculate on that. And to be honest, we haven't thought about it that carefully. There are names flying around, but I wouldn't want to throw out anything there unless we felt very strongly. So we will wait to see whose names are put forth. But whoever is put forth, and I'm not jumping to this conclusion automatically. I'm saying it's one of many possibilities. It'll either be Agarwal changing the policy of the company to, really open source the censorship or call people out on censorship, or it will be a management change. I don't know what's going to happen at all.
You use the platform a lot, Cathie. You own the platform. What are the specific changes that you would like to see, perhaps Elon Musk, if he would be vocal about it, push for at Twitter?
Well, I think he's already pushing for it. He's been pretty vocal, talking about censorship not being good for the platform, which is, really the world's platform, sort of engagement platform. And yes, we do use it liberally. We have not been banished yet, but you never know. You never know.
Well, I'm curious too, in terms of Elon Musk, Cathie, looking at Twitter, making this investment, does it make you want to look at some of the other social opinion platforms that are out there and social media platforms, whether it's Meta, which has certainly been beaten up big time? Does it make you want to kind of look at them as for either further investments or initial investments?
Not really. I think what's happening, the ground is shifting underneath social media. I don't think anyone understood until Facebook reported or gave guidance for the first quarter how provocatively disruptive TikTok had become. I mean, I know I've seen my children and their generation spend a lot more time on TikTok and wondered, how would this impact Facebook? But I also know that there's a huge advertising shift from linear TV to social. So you had those two opposing forces. Well, it appears that TikTok is being much more disruptive than we thought. And not just Facebook, but Netflix has talked about it as well. This is competition for the consumer's time. And so I think, again, the ground is shifting. And if you think about it, a Facebook, when you think about Instagram, and Facebook itself, it's all about me. It's I am central. If you think about TikTok, it's about how can I entertain you? It's a completely different DNA. So I'm not so sure that Reels is going to make it the way that Stories did. Stories was about me. Facebook got that. TikTok is a completely different animal here.
Earlier in the video, we have important updates about Bitcoin and Ethereum, the world's biggest cryptocurrencies by market cap. Let's begin with Bitcoin. According to the latest weekly report from Glassnode, Bitcoin investors are getting pretty bullish. The report shows an interesting indicator that has always preceded bullish trends for the world's largest cryptocurrency. We're talking about the exchange net position change, which shows the difference between inflows and outflows to cryptocurrency exchanges. Using the indicator, Glassnode reports that a historically high amount of Bitcoin recently exited exchange wallets. When inflows to exchanges are higher than outflows, it usually signifies that more investors are ready to sell their coins, which is bad for prices. On the other hand, higher outflows indicate that investors are hodling, which is great for prices. According to the data from Glassnode, this is what is happening right now, and it is happening at a historically high rate. So we can conclude that investors currently feel good about holding onto their Bitcoins. Now to Ethereum. The big news from the native token of the Ethereum blockchain is the multiple signals that suggest the token could see more bullish price movements in the coming weeks. An article on Bloomberg analyzes 3 catalysts that could see Ethereum hit $4,000 in April. These catalysts are a spike in the Google searches for the Ethereum merge, meaning investors are excited about the merge and all the possibilities it brings to the platform and its native token. The report adds that the most searches on the topic are coming from the US, Singapore, Canada, and Australia. Like Bitcoin, investors are also pulling out their Ethereum from cryptocurrency exchanges. According to the Bloomberg report, net Ethereum reserves across all exchanges have dropped to their lowest levels in 3 years. Experts are also reporting bullish signals on the charts. The signal is a classic technical pattern known as a symmetrical triangle. It forms when the price consolidates sideways inside a range defined by a lowering upper trend line and a rising lower trend line, following a sharp move upside or downside. Usually, the triangle resolves after the price breaks in the direction of the previous trends, in this case, an upside trend. What do you think about Cathie Wood's interview and the bullish signals for both Bitcoin and Ethereum? Please drop your comments below and don't forget to click the like button. Thanks for watching.